Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to cover Marvel Strike Force's latest blog post, giving us the battle plan for the upcoming week. Now, we've already known a couple of things that's been previously shown in the data lines, as well as some announcements they've made, but at least now we got some additional clarity on what exactly is going to be detailed for the rest of the week. So first and foremost, let's get into it. I do like the fact that we're finally getting a new battle pass following obviously all the Phantom Rider stuff. We're finally getting that switched over. So Superior Spider-Man, there are going to be more shards of him coming in the way of the battle pass. That's why I've been farming a lot of these characters to 5 and 6 stars from the seasonal stores. I'd start with the antimatter, and obviously we have sigils now, but that's why I left them at that 6-star mark, because we know that more shards are kind of trickling in slowly. Maybe there's more in the future, but either way, that's why I like to farm them up to 6 stars. So there's gonna be more shards of Superior Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man coming our way, guys. If you're interested in building them up, remember, obviously being need for our raids every single day at Annihilation, and as well, they're gonna have a bit of value as well in the upcoming Thunderstrike raids as part of that, you know, a synergistic team there with it as being part of Chapter 2 Conquerors, and also classification with Center 6 and Insidious 6. So definitely something to look forward to there. This was a surprise, and we didn't see this in the data mines, is that Blastaar's trial events, he is returning once again. So his invasion event, for more opportunities of shards for him. I believe they only gave out like 4 or 5 red previously before in the event, so we'll see what comes. We already got a diamond on them, so not a big deal, but yeah, I'll definitely cover that, guys, as they usually try to tweak these events a little bit each time they return. So maybe there's higher red stars, or maybe there's some more shard levels to be had, especially given how notable Blastaar has been. And remember, guys, we currently have the event right now facing up against, you know, the Echoes of the Abyss from NOV. So if you don't have Blastaar unlocked, this is gonna actually have a good interception time where you can get Blastaar unlocked, and he's gonna help significantly for this PvE NOV boss mode, which has been nice because we've been able to maximize on some diamond opportunities, as well as getting the 7 yellow stars of NOV there. So that's really, really important to see there. We also want to have a bit of more information on Wolfsbane. So Wolfsbane, she is going to be the first member of New Mutants officially confirmed, coming on December 5th. So she's going to be joining the game as that New Mutants character for the team. And also on that note, there's also a Mysterious Rift edition now. So we saw this in the data mines as well, is that, remember, we've been having these Mysterious Rifts to come to introduce some of the newer teams. This is kind of like their new rotating showcase event, if you will, right? Immortal Weapons came as well, and they were quite challenging. It was an opportunity for us to not just farm store credits, but we weren't really fully able to auto most of the nodes here. You had to use a bit of strategy and kind of tweak how to use certain characters in specific situations, and I think that's just a way for not just us to learn more about the overall team, but as well understand their abilities a bit more to try to dissect that puzzle, if you will. So that's going to be joining here. It's going to be a New Mutant section featured here as another opportunity for us to farm some more store credits. But they also said that there's going to be some power cores and other rewards being rewarded, similarly to what we saw with Immortal Weapons. So that's definitely exciting. And then lastly, I think it's the most important update. They don't give us more information than what we've seen in the data mines, is that, remember, this coming week is going to be the big Thunderstrike raid. So this is the equivalent of the Legendary Trials event for Blastaar and Quasar previously. They've kind of pivoted over now to a raid format. It remains to be seen if this is going to be the new kind of way to release this going forward. Maybe they just wanted to switch things up and see how the actual sentiment for players was, because we're also seeking new content, but maybe some of those Legendary Trials and Scourges are, you know, getting quite repetitive in the manner that they're getting rewards. So this is going to be super interesting. And for those of you that missed that past blog and update, Thunderstrike raids are going to be limited time. So we'll essentially get enough keys to launch a raid every 2 days. So I think the event lasts for about roughly a week. So we should be able to do the raid 3 times. And then for those of you unaware, it's going to be a mixture of working with your alliance on some of the alliance bosses, but as well, there's going to be entirely the majority of the rewards are going to be solo dependent. So how well you do individually, how many nodes you complete, is going to convert to rewards for Thunderstrike here. And this is where his red stars are going to be coming into play. The red stars are going to be situated in the rewards, and on top of that, there's also purple 4, purple 5, if I'm not mistaken, in addition to some awakened ability materials also. So a little bit of everything actually in this event overall, which is awesome to see. And then, like I said earlier, this was not revealed in the blog post, and this is why I like digging into the data mines, is that we have a lot of good information on what the raids already look like. So just to give you guys a quick little recap here, there's going to be some notable characters that you want to be mindful of, right? Quasar and Blastaar, they're going to be synergizing extremely well with their respective chapter teams, but what I really like is you're going to be getting a lot of value with both Brimstone and Fantastic Four MCU. Reason being is, as you can see here, Blastaar, he's going to be traded as a Fantastic Four member, and same with Quasar. But if you're only able to use Quasar on the Harbinger nodes and Blastaar on the Conqueror, you want these teams like Fantastic Four where they can dabble in both and they can provide value with that respect, especially since I think there's a couple of nodes where you don't actually have any specific requirements as well, which is also awesome. And finally, and the reason I point this out is because Thunderstrike, he's going to be hands down the most important legendary character out of the three, because this raid is featured around him, but he's also gaining the most benefits, right? You can see here, he gains ability energy whenever there's a stealing of 10% of that max HP, as well when an enemy attacks him or an ally, right? So he's constantly gaining ability energy, he's constantly stealing HP from characters. On top of that, on each of his turns, he's also applying assist to a random ally. So his allies are going to be able to get additional attacks. His allies, when they drop below that 50% HP, he's also gaining turn meters. So he's going to be doing a lot of the work, especially for that Stormbound section, which is the Chapter 3 area. And the only thing I would point out is that I think for the highest difficulty, you do need gear tier 19 and 20 to get probably the optimal rewards. Otherwise, any lower difficulties than the highest level, then there isn't a gear tier. So just something to be mindful of there. But yeah, you can see on these Stormbound nodes, like I noted earlier, which is situated around Chapter 3, Brimstone is going to be a very, very important team because they're going to be gaining ability energy. They're going to be having immunity, safeguard, synergy with Thunderstrike. Obviously, with him being slotted in passively as a Brimstone team member, which is great to see. And then as well, just benefits even when they get kills, they're going to be bearing 100% HP and as well as continual safeguard immunity. So they're going to be really, really important. Harbinger nodes, you'll see here, Fantastic Four also gains offense up and energy, and then Vigilante gains a little bit, but I think the true MVPs for some of these nodes are going to be the Fantastic Four MCU, Brimstone. That's all we got in the data mines. We didn't get any information on Conquerors, so if there is any information, I'll obviously circulate to you guys as soon as I know. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell, guys. That's going to be the big highlight for next week, and we'll definitely cover that as well as we can. So there you have it. Happy Saturday. Hopefully this was a good way to catch you guys up on what we're expecting for the upcoming week, and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.